When a car cranks but won't start, it means the starter motor is turning the engine over, but the engine isn't firing up and running. This issue can be caused by problems with fuel, spark, air, compression, or electrical system. Here are 22 possible reasons in detail. Starting with the fuel system issues. Engine not receiving fuel. Fuel is necessary for combustion. If fuel isn't reaching the engine, it won't start. 1. Out of fuel. The simplest but most overlooked issue. If the fuel gauge is faulty, you may think there's gas when the tank is actually empty. 2. Bad fuel pump. The fuel pump supplies gasoline from the tank to the engine. If it fails, fuel won't reach the injectors, and the symptoms gonna be like no humming sound from the fuel pump when turning the key to on. 3. Clogged fuel filter. A dirty fuel filter restricts fuel flow, causing starting issues. You can fix it by replacing the fuel filter if it hasn't been changed in a while. 4. Bad fuel injectors. Dirty or failing fuel injectors may not spray fuel properly, leading to no combustion, and will give symptoms like misfires, poor fuel economy, or the engine sputtering before it stops running. 5. Fuel pump relay or fuse failure. The relay provides power to the fuel pump. If it fails, the fuel pump won't operate. You can fix it by swapping the fuel pump relay with a similar one from the fuse box and check if the car starts. 6. Fuel pressure regulator malfunction. A faulty regulator can cause too much or too little fuel pressure, leading to flooding or lean condition. Check for fuel in the vacuum hose connected to the regulator. 7. Contaminated or incorrect fuel. Water, debris, or diesel in a gasoline engine or vice versa disrupts combustion. Symptoms include sputtering before the no start condition. Ignition system issues. No spark. The ignition system provides the spark necessary for combustion. 8. Bad spark plugs. Worn or fouled spark plugs won't ignite the air-fuel mixture. It will give symptoms like no start condition, engine misfire, or rough idling. 9. Faulty ignition coils. The ignition coil converts battery voltage into the high voltage for the spark plugs. When it goes bad, it will give these symptoms, like weak or no spark, misfires, and poor acceleration. 10. Failed crankshaft position sensor. This sensor tells the ECU when to fire the spark. If it fails, the ECU won't send the signal to ignite the engine, and it will give symptoms like no spark, stalling, or no RPM movement while cranking. 11. Faulty camshaft position sensor. Works with a crankshaft sensor to control spark timing. If it's bad, the engine may not start. An OBD tool for trouble codes like P0340 or P0341. 12. Bad ignition switch. If the ignition switch fails, it may not send power to the fuel pump or ignition system, and it will give symptoms like no dashboard lights, no fuel pump priming, or intermittent starting. Air intake and engine management issues. The engine needs the right air-fuel mixture to run. 13. Clogged air filter. A severely dirty air filter can suffocate the engine, preventing the combustion. You can remove the air filter and try starting the car. 14. Malfunctioning throttle body. A stuck throttle plate or faulty idle air control valve prevents air from entering the engine. Clean carbon buildup or test the idle air control motor. 15. MAF sensor issues. A dirty or failed MAS airflow sensor sends incorrect air intake data to the ECU, causing improper fuel mixture. Unplug it to see if the car starts. 16. MAP sensor failure. The manifold absolute pressure sensor measures intake vacuum. A faulty MAP sensor disrupts fuel delivery and ignition timing. Compression and mechanical issues. An engine needs compression for combustion. If the cylinders aren't sealing properly, the engine won't start.
17.
Low compression, worn piston rings, valve problems, or a blown head gasket can cause low compression, and it will give symptoms like engine cranks fast but won't start, misfires, white smoke from the exhaust. To check it, you can perform a compression test.
18.
Broken timing belt or chain. If the timing belt or chain snaps, the camshaft and crankshaft won't turn in synchronization, leading to a no-start condition, and it will give symptoms like no compression, no movement of the camshaft, and possible damage to valves and pistons.
19.
A blocked exhaust prevents exhaust gases from escaping, causing excessive back pressure that disrupts airflow into the engine. This leads to an overly rich or oxygen-starved air-fuel mixture, preventing proper combustion. The engine cranks but cannot start due to incomplete or failed ignition. Electrical and security system issues. Many modern cars have security features that prevent the engine from starting.
20.
Weak or bad battery. A weak battery may crank the engine but not provide enough power to fire the ignition system. You can check the battery voltage with a multimeter, and it should be 12.6 volt plus.
21.
Faulty engine control unit, ECU. If the ECU malfunctions, it may not send the correct signals for fuel, spark, or air. You can scan for trouble codes like P0600 and P0606.
22.
Immobilizer or anti-theft system activated. Some vehicles have security systems that disable the engine if the wrong key is used. You can try another key or reset the immobilizer by locking and unlocking the doors with the key fob.